We get set for the Patriot League Women's Basketball Championship semi. We are just about ready for tip. One of these teams will be playing in the Patriot League Championship game on Sunday. Tonight's officials, Maggie Timon, Kevin Patel, and Rod Creech. And we are underway here in the Patriot League semifinals. Lehigh winning the tip. The starting five for the Mountain Hawks is Ella Stemmer. Let's go with three. It's no good. Offensive rebound for Maddie Albrecht. Those are two of the starters for Lehigh. Conley McQuillan, Megan O'Brien, and Lily Fandre round out the five for the Mountain Hawks. Here is Fandre. 7 to shoot for Lehigh. 3 to shoot now. Fandre driving in, and it's an offensive foul.
Important to get a hot start, Marco, in a game like this, and important to get some positive momentum. An offensive foul, changing direction. I think you can do just that for Holy Cross.
Starting five for Holy Cross, Caitlin Flanagan bringing up the ball now. Alongside her, it's Mary Elizabeth Donnelly, Lauren Huber, Meg Cahalan, and Lindsay Berger. Here is Cahalan. Had 18 points the last time these two teams met. 2 games during the regular season between Holy Cross and Lehigh. Mountain Hawks won them both. Beat Holy Cross by 13 here at Stabler Arena. Much closer affair the second time around. It was a 10-point win, but in overtime up in Worcester as McQuillan came up short that time. It'll be Holy Cross ball. Flanagan brings it up for the Crusaders. Leads the Patriot League in assists per game. 5.2 assists on the average contest for Caitlin Flanagan, one of the leaders of this team, along with Lindsay Berger, who lets go of that shot. Not her best effort as Lehigh will take over. Colleen McQuillan brings it up for the Mountain Hawks. Ranks 3rd in the Patriot League in assists per game. Fandre straight away. Looking inside for Megan O'Brien. Turnaround is good for O'Brien. First points of the game.
Megan O'Brien is kind of those unsung heroes for Lehigh offensively, Marco. She does her dirty work in the paint. Not really a flashy player, but yeah, I have to keep an eye on her.
And Mary Elizabeth Donnelly answering with the 3.
Same thing for Mary Elizabeth Donnelly, one of those unsung players offensively for the Crusaders. Always have to keep an eye out on her.
Candace Green called her the X Factor. When she plays well, they usually win. Fandre, step back 3. It's no good. Flanagan with the board. Up ahead to Donnelly. Fandre draped all over her, throws it back for Flanagan, struggles to control. This Lehigh team forcing a lot of turnovers. They forced 20 last time in the quarterfinal round against BU. Here's Berger. Step back jumper from the short corner is good for Lindsay Berger.
Made life a little difficult defensively for Donnelly, but able to find Berger on that low jumper. Good job by Berger.
Here's Stemmer. Maddie Albrecht. O'Brien tries a 3 and knocks it down. 5 early points for Megan O'Brien.
And the strength of this Lehigh team offensively is their 3-point shooting. They didn't do a great job of that on Monday against BU, but they really need to pick up the pace offensively in that department.
Pull-up jumper from Flanagan is good. Caitlin Flanagan, good for her to see that one go in. Struggled a little bit with a shooting slump in the month of February, but it seems to have recovered. Fandre in the corner. No good from 3. Berger there for the rebound. When I spoke with Candace Green, the first-year head coach of Holy Cross, and we'll get to her story because it is a crazy one, as Albrecht knocks that pass out of bounds. It'll remain with Holy Cross. Candace Green said of Caitlin Flanagan and Lindsay Berger, she said their leadership makes her job incredibly easy. The two of them are the players that this team really leans on leadership-wise. And Simone Foreman, who just checked into the game, wearing number 24 for Holy Cross, a leader out there on the floor as well. She did not play the first time these two teams met. She was out with an injury. The second time they met was her first game back, so it was a little rusty. You could say that Lehigh has not seen her best this season. It's an offensive foul, though, as Ella Stemmer took an elbow to the face. And the officials are going to discuss. It's just going to be a common foul. Stemmer being tended to by the trainers. But it will be a foul against Simone Foreman. And we will be keeping an eye on if Ella Stemmer will return it on. You see, there's the explanation. Got the explanation from the official that it was a common up and over move and incidental contact. So common foul. It's Foreman's first, the team's first, as we get back underway. Could be a big loss for Lehigh if Stemmer can't continue. Ella Stemmer, not only a captain, but one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Step back three from O'Brien is no good. Foreman there for the rebound.
I think Foreman might have gotten a little banged up on that play too. She has a wrap on her elbow right now, so just watch out for that for the remainder of this half.
Foreman is already a bit banged up, not playing 100%. We referenced her injury earlier, but it's just so important what this Holy Cross team does. Not only can score the basketball, but such a good rebounder. There's a three, and it is no good from Kendall Eddy. Offensive rebound, and the putback is good for Flanagan.
That's how this game is going to be won and lost, Marco. Those offensive rebounds. You need those second and third chance opportunities to get points on the board and shut down your opponent.
Here's McQuillan. Levette. Megan O'Brien. Swings for Whitney Lind. Maddie Albrecht driving in. Back for O'Brien. Really good defense from Holy Cross. 4 to shoot. O'Brien looking for an option, and it's a shot clock violation. Linden to get the shot off in time. This Holy Cross defense has come to play.
And they have that little positive momentum, as I mentioned in the open of the broadcast, Marco, with really good defense down low by, I believe it was Mary Elizabeth Donnelly. You have a slight mismatch offensive-wise, so just good defense all around.
I spoke to Candace Green. She said she's been so impressed with how strong their defense has been. She said our willingness to work and the effort on every defensive possession has really impressed her. Down low, Cahalan on the low block. Back out for Flanagan. Flanagan has it poked away. A rare turnover from Flanagan. Colleen McQuillan getting the steal for Lehigh. McQuillan up top for Albrecht. Here's Vandre. Tied for a game-high 16 points against BU. Last time out was Lily Vandre, and that's going to be a foul. It'll go against Lauren Huber.
It's going to be one of those tight defensive games, Marco. Each team looking for possession, looking for a chance. Steals, go the other way, get those easy two, so look for it to be low scoring.
McQuillan into Albrecht. In his short corner, Albrecht, great move and a tough finish for Maddie Albrecht. That's why when you ask head coach Addie Messier about her star, Maddie Albrecht, she says Maddie Albrecht is good at basketball. It's that simple.
She is good at basketball. I mean, there was a reason why she was named to the first team All-Patriot League at season's end.
That ball nearly poked away and stolen by Grayson Levette. Here comes Levette and has it poked out of her hand by Flanagan. Good recovery there from Holy Cross, but once again, Grayson Levette, known as a menace by Addie Messier to the opposing team, always disrupting on the defensive end.
And the growth that Levette has shown from last year to this year, and the growth that she will show going into next year.
There's a block by Eddy. Will remain with Lehigh.
It's just been a sight to behold if you're a fan of this team, Marco. Just, watching her growth, both offensively and defensively, and the speed and the game knowledge that she brings.
Here's Maddie Albrecht. Lily Fandre now. O'Brien. Back for Fandre, wide open for three. It's no good. Offensive rebound for Levette. Goes back up strong, can't get that one to go, and Huber's there for the board.
Again, those second chances are going to kill a team, but you just have to make sure you finish.
Here's Caitlin Flanagan. She'll slow things down for Holy Cross. Just over 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Holy Cross leading by 2, looking down low. And immediately Levant attacks the basketball and forces a held ball. Possession arrow favoring Holy Cross. Lindsey Berger and Mary Elizabeth Donnelly back into the game for the Crusaders. Ella Stemmer has rejoined her team on the bench. Back into Lindsey Berger, who knocks down another jumper. He gave Holy Cross a 4-point lead. 4 points for Berger as McQuillan leaves that one short. Here comes Foreman. Still with Simone Foreman. Looking down low, Huber turnaround jumper is no good. It's an offensive rebound for Donnelly. Back out, a 3 is no good from Cahalan. Albrecht gets in there for the board for Lehigh.
I think that last jumper might have been partially tipped.
And there's a lay-in for Maddie Albrecht. She steals the inbound pass. How about Albrecht trying to spark some life into Lehigh? Albrecht driving in. Another great finish for Maddie Albrecht. It's 4 points and a steal in a matter of seconds for number 22.
Absolutely dazzling move. Maddie Albrecht, a great sequence of basketball right there.
McQuillan almost knocked that one loose and then commits a foul. That'll be McQuillan's first.
A sequence like that'll gain some momentum, especially for this home crowd.
And now we're going to hear some applause as Ella Stemmer checks back into the game after losing a tooth. She gets a big smile from Maddie Albrecht. Pure toughness from Stemmer. Jessie Ozato also into the game for Lehigh. Flanagan looking for Cahalan, pass tipped. And it's played off of Ozato. That avoids the backcourt violation. Flanagan on the left wing, 7 to shoot, inside, Berger, turnaround jumper is no good. Just over a minute and a half to go here in the first. Ozato, 3 is no good for Albrecht. Here is Flanagan. Donnelly steps inside the arc, looking on the inside for Berger. Pass tipped and stolen away by Albrecht. And now Lehigh will slow the pace down with Lily Fandre. Here's Stemmer. Her first touch on the offensive end since coming back into the game. A 3 from O'Brien is good, and Lehigh is back in the lead. Flanagan. Cahalan. Pass tipped by Ozato. It's another steal for Lehigh, and it's going to be a foul on Berger. And Ryan, always something to keep an eye on is fouls. The first time these two teams met, Holy Cross found themselves in serious foul trouble. Cahalan, Berger, and Flanagan were all had four fouls. Berger fouled out in that one. So something to keep an eye on. Belle Bramer into the game. She steps back. Here's Albrecht looking on the inside, setting her teammates up now. It's an assist to Jessie Ozato. Lehigh goes up by 5. Here comes Holy Cross. He'll hold for the final shot of the quarter. Flanagan driving in, kicks out. A 3 is no good. And the rebound goes to Stemmer, and that will do it for the first quarter. It's a 5-point Lehigh.
I recruited for track at Lehigh until coaches saw her play some AAU basketball, and thank goodness they did. She went from a non-scholarship player to first team All-Patriot League and Patriot League Scholar Athlete of the Year. And don't take it just from me, opposing coach Candace Green calls Maddie, quote, the most dynamic player in the league. Marco, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Paige. A miss on that too from Megan O'Brien. Holy Cross with their first possession here in the second quarter. Crusaders led by as many as 4. Their defense was looking strong, and Maddie Albrecht turned it around for Lehigh. Down low, look at a Berger. And Ella Stemmer knocks it out of her hands. It'll be Holy Cross ball, but only 6 to shoot.
Just to come back into this ball game, Marco, it is a thing of beauty for Ella Stemmer. So much confidence that she's displaying right now. You got to wonder about how it's going to affect her mentally, but I think it's fun right now with that steal.
Ball in, here's Eddie. 2 on the shot clock. Here's Flanagan, hoists up a 3, misses everything. It'll be a shot clock violation. And Ryan, the takeaway from that first quarter, we saw Holy Cross play a really good 7 minutes of defense, and we saw Lehigh finish with really strong defense as well.
Yeah, Maddie Albrecht especially. I mean, you talk about that sequence where she scored and then she went back, stole it, and then scored again. 5 steals all around for Lehigh so far, and just picking up where they left off from that game against BU.
They had 13 steals in that game against the Terriers. It's a Holy Cross team that prides itself on taking care of the basketball, but this Lehigh defense works hard to jar the ball loose as there's going to be a foul away from the ball. It's going to go against Kendall Eddy. That'll be her first. Hannah Griffin is checked into the game for Holy Cross, wearing number 25. Here's McQuillan looking for an option into Fandre. Fandre in the corner. McQuillan driving the baseline. Colleen McQuillan with a left-handed finish. Eddie brings it up. The sophomore transfer from Providence had one of her best games of the season in the quarterfinal. Had 15 points in the win against Navy. Foreman driving in, back to Cahalan. Kicks out, a 3 from Griffin is no good. And the rebound is there for Fandre. Raymer looking to push the pace, but it's taken away by Kendall Eddy. Up ahead to Foreman. Back out Cahalan, blocked from behind by Stemmer. Still was able to get the shot off, but not cleanly. Offensive rebound for Simone Foreman. Flanagan. 8 to shoot. Pass for Eddy. 4 to shoot now. Eddy lowers her head and goes straight to the basket, but too high off the glass. Levette. Now it's McQuillan. Inside to Stemmer. Ella Stemmer going up strong. And a timeout, Holy Cross. It's a 20-11 Lehigh. Half Lehigh with a 20-11 lead over Holy Cross. Currently on a 9-0 run are the Mountain Hawks. Here's Foreman. Cahalan. Now it's Flanagan. Cahalan in the corner. Skip pass for Foreman. Mary Elizabeth Donnelly. Look. McQuillan flips back to Albrecht. Here's Whitney Lind. Andre swings for Stemmer. Stemmer a long 3. It's no good. Foreman there for the rebound. Simone Foreman brings it out for Holy Cross. Donnelly. That's the pick from Berger. Foreman for Cahalan. Flanagan. Back for Berger. Tipped out of bounds by Fandre. It'll remain with Holy Cross, but only 8 seconds to shoot. This Lehigh defense absolutely relentless right now.
Just smothering the Crusaders on offense. Can't really get into their passing lanes. Can't set their systems up properly.
Here's Donnelly. 3 to shoot. Puts up a 3. It's no good. Offensive rebound for Foreman. And the putback is good for the junior Simone Foreman.
And they're also forcing bad, really tough shots. That was a good make by Foreman, but a really tough over-the-angle shot.
Simone Foreman, a very talented player for Holy Cross. They'll need her to do more of that. As Albrecht goes down, Whitney Lind keeps the ball in bounds. Back out, Albrecht a 3, and it is no good. Rebound there for Donnelly. Holy Cross answering with some good defense of their own. Handoff for Foreman. Step back now, pass to Cahalan. Here's Donnelly looking down low. Berger brings down Fandre, and they're going to say the foul is on Fandre. Got her arm in there. And that's Fandre's second. Fandre will take his seat. O'Brien into the game in her place. Flanagan to inbound, into Donnelly. Back out for Flanagan. Looking down low, Berger was fouled. That's going to go against Ella Stemmer, and it's going to send Lindsey Berger to the line to shoot two.
Executed well on that rainbow pass down low to Berger. Again, had the mismatch height-wise, so a foul just sends her to the line. And they just have to capitalize on these opportunities. Again, at games like this, they're won and lost at the foul line.
And Berger misses the first. Rare miss. Lindsey Berger is 77% shooter at the free throw line. And misses them both. Here comes McQuillan. Maddie Albrecht. Here's Colleen McQuillan. Whitney Lind in the corner. Lind puts up a three. It's no good. Rebound to Donnelly. Lob up ahead for Cahalan. Makes the catch and is fouled by Lind. That'll send Meg Cahalan to the line to shoot two.
It's a good foul by Lind. Hustling to get back after that miss. Sending Cahalan to the line. Earning it the hard way.
Cahalan, an 85% free throw shooter on the year, makes the first. She's a 6'2" junior out of Middletown, New Jersey. Cahalan is a big body for Holy Cross, but she's a great shooter as well. Can shoot the three, shoots free throws at 85%. She can score at all three levels, according to Candace Green. Here's O'Brien. Back for McQuillan. O'Brien straight away. Remy Sisselman, her first touch of the game, down low to Whitney Lind. Great fake by Lind. And Whitney Lind ends the drought for Lehigh, puts them back up by 7. Foreman finds Berger. Hands it back to Foreman. Flanagan slowing things down for Holy Cross. 10 to shoot for the Crusaders. Cahalan. Short quarter jumper from Berger is good. She'll live there all day long if they let her. Lindsey Berger brings the Crusaders back within 5. Handoff for McQuillan from Albrecht. Right back to Albrecht. Driving the baseline, throws it up, no good, but a foul. That'll go against Caitlin Flanagan. Here's another look at it.
Albrecht just trying to knife her way through. Doesn't get it done right there, but to the hard way at the foul line. And again, just the job that Maddie Albrecht has done all season long, but especially so far in this game, the 6 points she has, 4 rebounds, 2 steals. I mean, it's an absolute thing of beauty to watch on the court.
And Albrecht makes them both. Zadie Messier was anxiously looking on. It's a 7-point lead for Lehigh, but I'm sure they don't feel that way. This Holy Cross defense has been really strong. Flanagan, hands off for Foreman. Back for Flanagan, cross-court pass. Eddie in the corner. Eddie looking for an option, finds Foreman. Being defended by Sisselman. Turn around, back out for Flanagan. 3 to shoot. Caitlin Flanagan pulls up and knocks down the jumper. Another jumper for Flanagan. She's got 6 points now. Sisselman. A long 3 from Albrecht. Right in the face of Mary Elizabeth Donnelly. Maddie Albrecht almost forced to steal. It's going to be Crusader ball. But again, Maddie Albrecht causing havoc.
And it's sometimes it's not a great decision to pinch in the half court like that, like Albrecht just did. But I think it was a good idea in that situation, Marco, for Albrecht to do what she did, because again, it just creates havoc. You know, you throw Holy Cross off just a little bit. They don't get into the perfect rhythm, and then they just have to go from the opposite end.
Here's Flanagan. Now it's Berger. Flanagan looking down low. Great pick and roll between the two leaders for Holy Cross. Flanagan to Berger for 2.
And you mentioned Messier feeling uncomfortable. You have to realize that this game, both teams can score at will. So no lead is safe.
Here's Sisselman. Down low, O'Brien turnaround jumper is no good. Donnelly with the board. Mary Elizabeth Donnelly for Meg Cahalan, steps into a 3. It's no good. Albrecht with the rebound. Here comes Maddie Albrecht driving straight to the basket. It's no good. Good defense that time from Flanagan. Eddie. Skip pass for Flanagan in the corner. Drives the baseline. Back out for Eddie. 10 to shoot here for Holy Cross. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Mary Elizabeth Donnelly back for Flanagan. 3 to shoot. Drives. Lefty layup is no good. The footsteps from O'Brien throwing her off. Sisselman. That's the handoff from O'Brien. Blocked by Cahalan. Bell Bramer straight away. The first year gives to Jesse Ozato. Almost tipped away there by Donnelly. 6 to shoot for Lehigh. Sisselman going to work. Has it poked away by Cahalan. Back on the ball, and that one is blocked. It's a shot clock violation. Holy Cross will take over with 1:23 to go here in the second quarter.
Lost her footing as she went into the paint a little bit, so.
Huber back into the game for Holy Cross. Finds Berger. Looking down low. Great steal from Ella Stemmer. Ozato. Albrecht in the lane. And a travel called against Maddie Albrecht. Holy Cross will take over. 55 seconds to go here in the first half.
Holy Cross substitution number 25, Hannah Griffin.
Hannah Griffin coming into the game for Lauren Huber. Here is Griffin bringing it up. Handoff for Foreman. Foreman. Back out to Donnelly. Driving in, pass tipped by Albrecht. Here comes Maddie Albrecht. Leans in, and it's a foul.
Albrecht is so dialed in, isn't she? You saw it, and you take another look at it on the replay. She knocked that ball loose. It was actually coming towards us. Her eyes right on the ball. As soon as she got the ball, eyes straight up the court, looked to the basket, didn't look at anyone else. So dialed in, trying to lead her team to the promised land.
Makes the first free throw. She is currently the only player in double figures, up to 12 with that made free throw. And the All-Patriot League first teamer goes 1 of 2 on that trip. It's a 7-point Lehigh lead, under 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Griffin brings it up for Holy Cross. Still with Griffin, great crossover dribble. Pass in the corner, Donnelly drives. And it's an offensive foul. Jesse Ozato getting to the spot and taking the charge.
Great job by Ozato to stay strong in the paint. Look at it again. That's an intimidating presence that Donnelly brings into the lane.
Some Holy Cross fans might have a bit of an issue with that one. It was a bang-bang play. but it'll be Lehigh ball with 15 seconds to go. Shot clock is off here at the end of the second quarter. Ball into Colleen McQuillan. Lily Fandre back into the game. Whitney Lind, Ella Stemmer, Maddie Albrecht, the other four besides McQuillan. 5 seconds to go. McQuillan starts her drive. Still with Colleen McQuillan. Fadeaway jumper is no good. And that will do it for the first half. We head into the break. It's the top seed Lehigh with a 28-21 lead over Holy Cross. This has been the half. They trail by 7, 28-21. The lead for Lehigh. 5 seed Holy Cross. They have not, as a program, lost a tournament game since 2022. It'll be Crusader ball to get us going here in the third quarter. Mary Elizabeth Donnelly into Caitlin Flanagan, and we're back underway. Here is Donnelly. Berger, pass tipped and stolen away. It's another steal. Colleen McQuillan coming up with it. Ella Stemmer driving the baseline. Back out for McQuillan. Fandre back for Stemmer. And it's going to be a foul.
Foul on number 31,
Colleen McQuillan picks up her second. That'll give Holy Cross the ball. Flanagan. Here's Berger. Hands off for Flanagan. Kicks out Cahalan to 3, and it is no good. Rebound for Stemmer. Here comes Ella Stemmer. Colleen McQuillan in the corner for Lily Fandre. Here's O'Brien straight away. McQuillan. Albrecht was looking down low and threw that one out of bounds. Thought Stemmer was going to keep cutting down the baseline, and we're just not on the same page there. Here's Berger. Berger looking for an option's got Flanagan. Caitlin Flanagan driving in. Ball knocked out by McQuillan. Finds Berger. Can't get the 2 to fall. And this defensive stalemate continues. Still looking for our first points of the second half. Albrecht. Driving the baseline. Albrecht throws it up. No good, but a foul. Oh no, they're going to call a travel on Albrecht. Flanagan bringing it up for Holy Cross. You heard Candace Green going into the break with her interview talk about the turnovers, Ryan. Holy Cross has turned it over 12, now 13 times. There's a steal for McQuillan. Spins in the lane, and McQuillan has the opening points of the second half.
And how do you beat this Lehigh team? It's holding on to the ball. It's not making bad passes.
Now there's another one. McQuillan again, and one! Colleen McQuillan fired up for Lehigh.
Are you kidding, Colleen McQuillan? Look at the emotion from 31 in white. I mean, acrobatic shot. I think that's about the 4th or 5th acrobatic shot that's Lehigh's made all year. Big reaction from McQuillan, big reaction from the bench. A ton of momentum on that sequence.
So it is now 14 turnovers for Holy Cross. And the point I wanted to make, Ryan, before I was so rudely interrupted with 2 turnovers by Lehigh's defense, is that the Crusaders take care of the basketball. This is a team that does that well. They turned it over 8 times against Navy, who has the top leading stealer in the Patriot League in Zanai Barnett-Gay. So this is a team that does not usually do this. There's the step back 3 from Donnelly, keeping the Crusaders alive.
But that's what Lehigh does, and that's what Lehigh's been getting better at as the season has progressed, is getting in those passing lanes, making life difficult for the opposition.
11 steals so far for the Mountain Hawks. Who else but Maddie Albrecht leads the way with 4 of them. Albrecht in the corner. Stemmer is long on the 3 attempts. And the rebound goes to Holy Cross. Here's Foreman. Kicks out for Donnelly. Cahalan now. Flanagan gets the pick. Berger rolling down to the basket. Has two players on her, but it doesn't matter. Lindsey Berger taking it right to the basket for two.
The height and the muscle down low from Berger over Fandre. Great job by 35 in purple.
Ball tipped away momentarily from Stemmer. Fandre. Here's McQuillan, puts up a long three. That one's no good. And nearly an offensive rebound for Fandre, but a foul. She tried to go over the back there, and that is Fandre's third. Something to keep an eye on. Mentioned that she has not scored yet. Foul trouble has been a part of that.
And that's going to be something that'll come back to haunt Lehigh, especially later on in this game. 3 fouls on Fandre. She represents the height and that intimidating presence in the paint, so might be open season now for Holy Cross to drive in the middle.
Here is Flanagan. Looking for Eddie. Down low, Berger. And Lindsey Berger lays it in for 2. 12 points now for Berger. It's a 5-point game. Ozato. Here's Stemmer straight away. Looking down low. Albrecht cinched by the Holy Cross D for 2. Maddie Albrecht up to 14 for Lehigh. Here is Kendall Eddy. In the corner for Donnelly, back to Eddy. Knocked out of bounds by Albrecht. It'll stay with Holy Cross. Grayson Levent checking into the game for Lehigh. Into Donnelly. Here's Foreman. Hands off for Flanagan. 8 to shoot. Caitlin Flanagan gets a screen from Berger. Now another. 3 to shoot. Pass tipped out of bounds by Stemmer. And it'll be Holy Cross ball with only 2 to shoot on the shot clock.
Again, Lehigh just getting in those passing lanes, disrupting things, making life difficult for the opposition.
Flanagan gets it in. Foreman left wide open for 3. It is no good. And the rebound ripped out of Levette's hands. Foreman puts it in for 2.
I thought it was going to go the other way 1 second, but then went the other way. Foreman, oh my goodness.
Simone Foreman, Candace Green said that she brings a physicality to this Holy Cross team that they just do not have when she's not on the floor. You saw it right there. And how about some physicality from Maddie Albrecht? And 1 for the grad student.
Holy Cross foul number 33, Mary Elizabeth Donnelly.
Here's another look at it. It's the 3rd foul on Donnelly. And Albrecht going to go to the line to try and complete the 3-point play.
Kind of no more words to describe her, Marco, than what we've already said. Just inspirational leader, leading by example, making a foul shot right there. So
Colleen McQuillan checks into the game for her. 17 points for Maddie Albrecht, a 38-30 Lehigh lead. 5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Lehigh, by the way, this year has not lost when leading at the half. Pass tipped by Levette. It'll go out of bounds and stay with Holy Cross. 8-30 Lehigh leads in this Patriot League semifinal. We'll go down to Paige Messier. She's got more on Simone Foreman and what she means to Holy Cross.
Thank you, Marco. As you mentioned, Simone Foreman missed the first game against Lehigh due to knee injury and returned back against the second matchup against the Mountain Hawks. Coach Candace Green said although that injury does bring her down to about 70% in her ability, she says that 70% is still really good basketball. Just has to be more methodical with her play by reading screens and slowing down her game. Marco, back to you.
An offensive rebound off the miss from McQuillan. She has been critical to Holy Cross staying in this game. 6 rebounds, 4 points. As Stemmer can't get the 3 to fall. Another offensive board for Lehigh. Jesse Ozato getting to that ball first for the Mountain Hawks. Colleen McQuillan gives to Ella Stemmer. Here's Ozato. 8 to shoot for Lehigh. And we've got an offensive foul. It's going to go against Ella Stemmer. That'll be her second. 3rd Lehigh team foul here in the 3rd quarter. Mary Elizabeth Donnelly back into the game for Holy Cross. She'll inbound. Lehigh going to come out with a full court press. 4 minutes to go here in the third. Allen Hawks looking to hang on to this 8-point lead. Eddie finds Berger, gets the pass right back. Didn't handle it right away, and it's out off of Eddie. Colleen McQuillan getting her hand in there, doing just enough.
And again, more emotion displayed from the senior McQuillan, just trying to fire her team up, lead, be a vocal leader.
She has been the engine that makes this Lehigh team run for so much of the year. A captain, despite being here just for her second year as a senior, transferred in from Fordham before last season. Actually was coached by Candace Green, who was the interim head coach at Fordham in Colleen McQuillan's sophomore season. And Candace Green couldn't say enough. She said she loves Colleen as Grayson Levette knocks down a three. And Lehigh leads by 11.
Grayson Levette, welcome to the party. No time like the present.
There is Foreman. Foreman throws it up off the glass and in. 6 points now for Simone Foreman. Here is McQuillan. Skip pass for Megan O'Brien. Ozato. Back out for McQuillan. Here's Albrecht. Levette. Made the three on the last trip down the floor. 5 to shoot. And here's McQuillan. Throws it up. It's no good off the glass, and O'Brien can't bring down the rebound. It'll be Holy Cross ball.
Great defense by Mary Elizabeth Donnelly on Grayson Levette, just not allowing for any passing lanes, just confusing the sophomore. Holy Cross ball.
Here comes Flanagan up the floor. Here's Foreman. Foreman driving in. No good. Gets her own rebound, and the putback is good. 8 points for Simone Foreman. 6 of them here in this third quarter. That was her 7th rebound as well. Continues to get it done on the boards. Looking inside. McQuillan into the corner for Levette. Hands it off for Bramer, and it's going to be a 3-second violation against Levette. Again, good defense from Holy Cross.
Defense coming up clutch in this third quarter, and 7-point advantage right now. Again, no lead is safe. Things could swing your way in a moment's notice with just a simple 2 or a 3. You're right back into this game.
Alice Stemmer checking back in for Lehigh. Here is Berger. Foreman on the right wing. Foreman back out for Eddie. Eddie driving in. And it's a travel. Lehigh will take over. 17th turnover committed by Holy Cross.
Substitution number 4, Megan Cahalan.
Lily Fandre will come into the game for Lehigh. Meg Cahalan in for Holy Cross. Minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. Lehigh up by 7. Colleen McQuillan into the quarter for Ella Stemmer. Back for McQuillan. Inside, it's O'Brien. One-on-one against Cahalan. It is denied. Meg Cahalan with the block. It'll be Lehigh ball. Here's another look at this rejection.
An amazing defensive battle on display between these two squads.
Into Stemmer. Fandre up top, looking down low. Albrecht just hung on the rim and out. Here is Flanagan. Cahalan. Final minute of play here in the third quarter. Eddie driving the baseline. Knocked out of bounds off of Eddie. It's Lehigh ball.
Again, absolutely suffocating defense down low. Fandre and McQuillan converge. And again, more emotion on the part of 31 in white. If you don't think Colleen McQuillan wants this, then you're dead wrong.
She is absolutely fired up. Has been all tournament long. Last game against BU is the same way as McQuillan. Can't get that one to go. Tips out the rebound to O'Brien. Here comes Stemmer. Back out for Fandre. O'Brien thought about the three. McQuillan in the corner. It's good. Colleen McQuillan. 10 points for the senior.
Those second chance opportunities, Marco, they just wear on the defense. They also take time off the clock, which is what Lehigh needs in this situation.
Here is Berger. 10 seconds to go here in the third. Flanagan in the corner for Eddie. Down low. Cahalan called for a travel.
5 seconds.
19th turnover for the Crusaders. 6 seconds to go. Here comes McQuillan. 3 seconds now. McQuillan right to the rack. It's good at the buzzer. Colleen McQuillan has the Patriot League. Marco Sochi, Ryan McGettigan with you. Fourth quarter just getting underway. Lehigh with a 46-34 lead over Holy Cross. Winner of this game heads to the Patriot League Championship final on Sunday. Ellis Stemmer on the inside comes up short. Rebound tipped around and eventually secured by Eddie. Great effort by Simone Foreman there. Here's Cahalan. Now it's Foreman. Foreman driving in. Great move and a better finish for Simone Foreman. She's into double figures with 10. Simone Foreman has been excellent in this second half so far. Albrecht steps into a three and it comes up well short.
Not the best offensive possession there, Marco, for the Mountain Hawks. You want to take as much time off the clock as you can. Obviously, you want a bucket and you still want to work kind of quickly, but in the driver's seat right now, up 10. Time is of the essence. Try to drain the clock.
Here's Flanagan. A two-time defending champ, season on the line. A three from Foreman. She is feeling it. Simone Foreman with 13. Down low, Whitney Lind with the answer.
Whitney Lind.
Flanagan brings it up for the Crusaders. Here's Berger. She's been a little bit quiet here in the second half. Foreman, step back three. That one's no good. There's a bit of a heat check from Foreman. A little smile over towards the bench. Here comes the full court press for Holy Cross. Not something that they do a ton of, but they're going to have to here if they want to make a comeback in this game. Stemmer up ahead to McQuillan. Back for Stemmer. Here's Albrecht. Down low, Whitney Lind is fouled. Lindsey Berger charged with the foul. That is her second.
And bringing the ball up, Ellis Stemmer had to kind of shove Berger off her. I like that aggressiveness by Stemmer. And the refs swallowing their whistles, letting these girls play.
Down low, McQuillan, great move. 14 points for Colleen McQuillan.
And as great as Foreman has been for the Crusaders in this second half, McQuillan has been that much better for the Mountain Hawks.
Flanagan almost lost the ball, somehow was able to keep her dribble there. And Cahalan was not expecting that pass from Donnelly. The two not on the same page. It's another turnover.
Again, Aaron passes. How do you beat this Lehigh team is cleaning up the mistakes, taking care of the basketball. Candace Green said that going into halftime, you just need to control the pace of play. You need to keep your composure, hold on to the ball as much as you can, and make those smart shots. Didn't hold on to the ball right there.
Here is Grayson Levette. Fandre hands off for Ozato. Jessie Ozato throws it up, no good, but she draws the foul. And Ozato is going to head to the line to shoot two.
Her first team second at the line for Lehigh, number 15.
Jessie Ozato
shooting 2.
The sophomore, a 55% free throw shooter on the season, makes the first. This is a Lehigh team who makes 80% of their free throws on the season. That's good for third best in the country. They were 17 of 20 against BU as Ozato makes them both. That's their worst free throw shooter, just made both of those.
Free throws again, Marco. I said it in the beginning of the game. I'll say it now. It really comes into play, especially in high leverage games like this one.
Foreman in the lane, throws it up and in. Everything she's thrown up is going in at this point.
When you're playing really well, you want the ball in your hands. And right now, Simone Foreman wants it.
Albrecht fouled there by Cahalan.
Holy Cross foul on number 4.
And that is the first on Cahalan.
Cahalan, her first.
Third team foul committed by Holy Cross here in the fourth quarter. Here is Ozato. Albrecht. Fandre straight away. Whitney Lynn now gets a touch. Levette, 8 to shoot for Lehigh. Albrecht down low for Levette. 4 to shoot. Fandre steps into a 3. It's off the mark. Offensive rebound for Levette. Back for Fandre. Lehigh in no rush with an 11-point lead. Ozato. Here's Whitney Lind. 7 to shoot. Maddie Albrecht goes to work, spins in the lane. Albrecht gets it to go. 19 points for Maddie Albrecht. And Lehigh has its largest lead of the game, up by 13. Berger is no good on the jumper. Whitney Lind with the rebound.
You said that phrase a moment ago, Marco. Lehigh in no rush. That's how it should be. In no rush. You're up by 13. Take time off the clock. Just try and set up your system and know that you're taking a high percentage shot at the end of the day.
Ozato bounce pass down low, knocked out of bounds by Flanagan. It'll remain with Lehigh.
Substitution number 32, Kendall Eddy.
Kendall Eddy coming into the game for Holy Cross. This Lehigh team was picked to finish 3rd in the Patriot League in the preseason poll by the coaches. They were the only team in the top 6 that did not receive a first place vote. As Lind is off the mark, Foreman with her 9th rebound, 1 away from a double-double. You've got to think that that is a little bit in their minds right now, even though Addie Messire has downplayed it the whole season. Flanagan, no good on the 3. Punched out towards Griffin. Kendall Eddy now looking down low for Lindsey Berger. High off the glass, too high off the glass. It's no good. Lily Fandre on the right wing. Grayson Levette for Ella Stemmer. Whitney Lind now. Skip pass, Fandre, step back 3. Got it! Lily Fandre puts Lehigh up 16. Timeout, Holy Cross. 5:06 to go, and Lehigh has its largest lead of the game. Arena, it's a 57-41 Lehigh lead here in this Patriot League semifinal. Holy Cross ball, but we're going to go down to the third member of our broadcast. Paige Messier's got more on this Lehigh senior group.
Thank you, Marco. This afternoon, I asked Coach Messire what it means to have a season like this with 6 seniors on the roster, and she told me it means absolutely everything. Preseason, she added that they wanted out of the season 2 things. Goal number 1 was to be consistent. Goal number 2 was to leave a legacy at Lehigh, and this squad seems to be well on their way. Back to you, Marco.
Yeah, they are certainly a game and half a quarter away from leaving a pretty big legacy. That's going to be a foul. To go here in Stabler Arena. It's a 57-41 lead for Lehigh. Winner of this game moves on to the Patriot League Championship game, where they'll take on the winner of Bucknell and Army. Black Knights currently with a 43-35 lead. 3:03 to go in the fourth quarter in that one. Tie up, jump ball, possession arrow to Holy Cross. Simone Foreman continues to try and fight back into this game. She has been the catalyst for Holy Cross, Ryan.
She really has, and you mentioned it. You said it the best, Marco. Fight back into this game. That's exactly what they're going to have to do. Lehigh's going to go pound for pound with them. They're going to make buckets. Holy Cross is going to make them right back, so they're going to have to scratch, claw, and back.
Another steal for Lehigh. This time it's the first-year Belle Bramer. An all-rookie team selection. Ozato now. Here is Bramer, down low to O'Brien. 4 minutes to go. Stemmer. Ozato. Back for Stemmer. 6 to shoot for Lehigh. O'Brien steps into a three. It's no good. And the rebound is there for Flanagan. Up ahead to Foreman. Simone Foreman has been doing it all. That one's tipped out of bounds. She was looking for Griffin on the play. It'll be Holy Cross ball. Do or die time right now for the Crusaders. The two-time defending champs on the verge of being knocked out of the Patriot League tournament for the first time since 2022. They'd won 7 straight tournament games coming into tonight. Berger on the inside, puts it up, it's no good. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch off of Lehigh. It'll stay with the Crusaders.
And sometimes when you're in situations like this, you feel the pressure. You feel the weight of being down by 16 currently, but the strength of this team, Candace Green said, is how well they play in the face of adversity. How are you going to respond being down 16 with 3 and change left?
Great find there. Hannah Griffin with a nice little turnaround layup. The sophomore with 2 points for Holy Cross is we've got a foul on Flanagan. Lehigh's going to take a timeout.
30-second timeout.
It'll be Mountain Hawk ball when we come back, or well, we're going to stay here when play comes back. 3:15 to go in this one. Lehigh leading by 14. I think this is just a timeout because time was ticking down on getting a backcourt violation there.
Yeah, and McQuillan clearly under duress from Foreman, and I believe Griffin on that as well. But I mentioned, how is Holy Cross going to respond in the face of adversity, being down 16? Exactly that. Make it easy too. Lehigh's pushing the pace up the floor. They try and get the steal, wrap their opponent up, and force a timeout. Great job by Candace Green and this Holy Cross team. Let's see what they do with the last 3:15.
You were talking about the adversity that Holy Cross likes to face. They faced adversity all year long since the start, since before the year even started. Ozato misses the three. Their head coach, Maureen McGarity, resigning abruptly right before the season. Candace Green was moved up to interim head coach, had that tag pretty much the entire season. February 24th, she was made the full-time head coach. That's only a few weeks ago. She has done a phenomenal job with this team. They lost their best player, Brona Power-Cassidy, transferred over to Villanova. Kara McCormick graduated. So this is a team, yes, they're two-time defending champs, but a lot of new faces, a new head coach. She left right before the season started. It has been adversity from the word go for this Holy Cross team, and they have leaned into it. Another way you could tell that they like the adversity, their record. 8-5 at home, 11-6 on the road this year.
And let's not forget, Simone Foreman was out for a month too. That's a lot of basketball time you lose right there. So when you're out for that long, it's easy to lose games and to get knocked down from a 5 to an 8 or 9 seed. But they're still in the top 6 and they're in the semifinals right now, and Foreman is playing her hair off right now, just playing absolutely inspiring basketball.
A foul there as Stemmer was driving it. It's going to go against Hannah Griffin. It's the third against Griffin. It's going to be free throws here for Ella Stemmer.
I think one of the keys coming into this matchup, Marco, that we forgot to mention was don't get into a free throw competition with this Lehigh team. They will make you pay every day, twice on Sundays. You mentioned it, being tops in the nation in the free throw numbers.
And Stemmer proves you're right, making both. The thing is, Holy Cross usually can hang their hat on, you don't want to get into a free throw battle with them. They shoot it at 75%, but Lehigh all the way up at 80, just not something you see often.
And again, that just speaks to free throws being a big part of the game of basketball. It's overlooked but you really have to work on your shots from the foul line because in games like this, it comes up big.
Another turnover there. Holy Cross now with 23 turnovers. That's something that really Lehigh has been able to do to this Holy Cross team, and that's all. I mean, I spoke with Candace Green, and she said they really, kicked our butts in that first matchup. Holy Cross turning it over almost 30 times in that one. And again, Lehigh has just put the pressure on in the right spots to force mistakes out of this Holy Cross team that doesn't often make them.
You put pressure on an opposing team, you get them out of their system, make life uncomfortable, and they have to adjust and adapt to that, and sometimes teams don't always do that.
There's Belle Bramer, the first year, getting in on the scoring action, her first 2 points of the night. Down under 2 minutes to go. Lehigh can smell the championship game. Simone Foreman did get that 10th rebound, by the way, as Foreman is fouled, so she's got 15 and 10, a double-double for Foreman. It's going to be foul against Grayson Levette. There'll be free throws here for Foreman.
Marco, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time in the second half that Holy Cross has gone to the foul line.
You are correct. They were 2 for 4 at the half. They are still 2 for 4 from the line.
And that's not a good mark. We've been talking about free throws all game long, but especially in a second half of a semifinal game, you really need to drive into the paint and force hard opportunities, force fouls.
And Foreman makes 1 of 2. Lobbed up ahead to Remy Sisselman, who is into the game. Sisselman was the hero against Holy Cross in that overtime win for Lehigh up in Worcester. Scored 8 points in overtime to lead the Mountain Hawks to a 10-point win. Had 12 points total. The other 4 came in the fourth quarter, so it was all about crunch time for Sisselman. There's Bramer left wide open. And the first year now with 4 points.
Got on Patriot League top 3 as well up in Worcester. So Remy Sisselman just doing it all in that game. Good dish as well.
Candeletti in the corner. Kick out in the corner now. On the other end, the 3 is no good from Stella Gugufkis. The freshman getting into the game for Holy Cross. Final minute of play. And a timeout taken by Lehigh. They want to get some of the other players in this game. Kaylee Van Epps and Katie Hurt getting in. Van Epps, a senior who has meant so much to this program. Hasn't played a ton this year because of Lehigh's depth, but was a starter last year and the year before. It just speaks to how talented this Lehigh group is, and she means a ton to this team, as does Katie Hurt. Addie Messier talks about how they are constantly in her ear cheering for their teammates. It's a Lehigh team that plays with a whole lot of joy, and it's going to be a very joyful end of this game as they are headed to the Patriot League Championship game. They'll host it here at Stabler Arena on Sunday. Candeletti brings it up for Holy Cross. The shot clock is off. The 2-time defending champs are going home. We're going to have a new champion in the Patriot League. 5 seconds to go. Griffin throws it up. It's no good. The rebound to Hurt, knocked out of her hands. And an inbound here will do it. The Lehigh Mountain Hawks are flying into the Patriot League Championship game. A 65-44 win over the 2-time defending champs for the Mountain Hawks.
Got a little hairy for Lehigh there for a moment, but